like I said last night, our neighbor was right outside the window in the RV park.
Not anymore.
No. So this is why you come out to the middle of nowhere so you can sit and have your coffee, relax, work, do whatever you want, and watch a sunrise that looks just like a sunset. Chris and I are training for a 55K trail race, and we got some running to do today. Running and working out.
And we're excited.
Say something that will make my day, 'cause these memories of her won't go away. They're haunting me so I can't sleep. She was a pretty little liar who cut me deep, 'cause she left me here alone.
The sun just popped up over the mountains. It's official. The day is beginning, Chris. The day is here.
I feel it. I feel alive.
Sunshine is coming through the window.
Breakfast, favorite meal of the day.
Yeah.
Except for all the other ones. Those are also my favorite.
How are you enjoying the new stove in the kitchen so far?
I'm really enjoying it. It's amazing. And not much to say. Keep it pretty simple. We eat a lot of eggs. And everything's doing really well. I mean, the backsplash is holding up great. Love our big triple burner. I use the front one all the time
Yeah.
if I'm just doing a single.
Yeah, we're kind of used to a single pan cooking style.
Yeah, I just figure the more I can keep things away from the backsplash and the windows, the cleaner it will stay. So I just pull it forward.
Yeah, and we have our air fryer too that we may play around with. I mean, we can definitely run it. We're just, without solar, we don't want to run out of juice.
I do want to run that today because I have a lot of chicken thighs I would like to cook.
Yeah.
And I like cooking them in there because it's easy and clean. So we'll play around with that later for sure.
Chris just shaved my head. Nice and tight. Helps a lot when I'm running out here in the desert like this. And we just got done with the 6-mile run, which is part of our training plan. We're talking about doing this 55K ultra marathon trail race. And we're on this big 5-month training schedule. So we're just slowly ramping our way up to that large distance. And one thing that we are absolutely loving so far is having the larger tanks in this new rig. And so we have roughly a 70-gallon freshwater tank, 40 in the gray and 40 in the black. And we're pretty sure the 40 black is gonna stretch us 2 weeks, no problem. The gray and the fresh is what we're trying to all figure out, but I think it's gonna work out pretty well. We do drink our water from our fresh tank. I know some people don't like to do that. We've always done that. Not a big deal to us. We do have a Berkey water filter that we've had for a couple years now, and we absolutely love that. And now that we have more space and kind of a bigger kitchen, we're gonna look into more of like an inline filter system, maybe the UV style. Not quite sure on that yet. But if my math works out right, I think this setup might work out pretty well, because if we do a gallon of water per person, fresh water, including, you know, coffee, straight water. We both drink a lot of water. Sometimes Chris drinks a gallon of water straight herself, but I try to drink around 100 ounces a day. That's my comfortable goal that I like. And so if we have 2 people, 2 gallons, that's 14 gallons per week. So it'd be 28 gallons of fresh water for the 2-week stay. And since we have roughly a 70-gallon freshwater tank and a 40 gray, so if we put 40 gallons into our gray tank with dishes and showers and things like that, and then we drink the other 30 gallons, it might work out pretty well. And kind of a side rant, manufacturers, if you're listening to this, you need to stop talking about the freshwater capacity of the trailer Ours is billed as 80 gallons freshwater capacity. And at first glance, people are gonna be, I got 80 gallons of fresh water, no problem. Well, I found a sticker on here that says, including the 10-gallon water heater. So some people might think that that all works. You got 70 gallons in the fresh tank and 10 in the water heater. But as soon as your fresh tank is depleted, so 70 gallons, let's say, that 10 gallons sits in the water heater. It loses the pressure in the pipes because the suction starts taking air out of the tank, and you don't get that water. Technically, you could drain that 10 gallons out of the water heater and put it back in your tank if you were desperate and dying of thirst out in the desert. Anyways, enough about that rant. 70 gallons is still a lot of fresh water, but I would like to know what the actual tank size is, so it'd be nice if it was just labeled what it is. Regardless to say, we are excited about having extra capacity than what we had in the van, and so this is gonna be kind of fun to see how long this stuff actually lasts, and if we can shower every single day, that would be pretty cool. This is a common scene that you would see us doing during a boondocking stint like this. We're really digging this new table and booth setup as far as work and productivity, and it's working out great, would you say?
So great.
Still getting used to it?
Yeah, still getting used to it, but just to have space, it's amazing.
Yeah, and we like that it's a slide because that like bumps out and gives us a lot of space in the kitchen. Speaking of the space, like we are now working out inside every day. That used to be something we would only do in the van if it was horribly cold, and once we got the new bands because we couldn't use dumbbells in there, but we're now actually able to use dumbbells again, and of course use the same bands that we've been using for over a year now.
Yeah, and to be able to work out together inside comfortably is a key word, because even in the van we would have to take turns and it would suck. Like basically it was just doing the bare minimum to get by, but now it's super comfortable in here and it's actual, like exactly, it's not hindered at all. You're not really degrading your workout as a result of being inside, so we really like that.
And right now it's 81 degrees where we're at here in the desert in Arizona. The sun is high in the sky. It's 2 o'clock. Got the big 19-foot awning out. That's helping out quite a bit. These are our new to us gifted hand-me-downs from our friends Jeff and Deb. Thank you again. These are the most comfortable chairs out there. Absolutely love them. They've seen some time out in the sun. They're a little faded, but the setup is working pretty well. A little different look at it. Still nobody out here. It's just been so quiet. Nobody driving by. I don't know if this is busy on the weekends. There's some kind of side-by-side trails and looks like some jeeping or off-roading type of trails. But otherwise, it's just amazing out here.
It is 4:30, it's heating up, but at the same time, the sun's going down, it's actually cooling down. We're thinking about dinner, and we're gonna move it outside for dinner tonight, and I'm gonna do a little chicken marinade. I got this lemongrass turmeric paste. I think I got it in Montrose, I honestly don't even remember, but it looks super simple, has really clean ingredients, and I'm just gonna put that in this bag with a little bit of oil to loosen it up, and I'm gonna let some chicken thighs marinate. I'm just gonna trim the fat off these, and it will be super easy to throw on the grill with some vegetables. We have a ton of vegetables, but I heard Aaron mention green beans, so I think he's already picked out what he wants.
What do you think of that stuff?
Well, I like the ingredient list. Lemongrass, shallots, galangal, lime juice, turmeric, Himalayan pink salt. All organic ingredients. It's just very simple. Not a lot of gunk in there. The only word that I can't really pronounce is galangal, and I don't think that is a preservative. I think that is something that's in Southeast Asia. So it's getting an A+ in my book. All right, that's it. Nice and easy. Sometimes, ever since tent life, I've been really falling back on these easy ways to add flavor to your meals. And I've already been warned not to stain anything with turmeric by the boss man. Be careful where you put that spoon. And now, since we are boondocking, this is when I do like to use my rubber gloves for cutting chicken, just because, I don't know, when I'm stingy with the water, I don't like to have raw poultry all over my hands, so I just throw a glove on one hand and I cut with the other hand, so I only use one glove.
Yeah, and we don't know our capacities quite yet. We're still learning all that, but I think we're gonna have a lot of room for showers and washing and stuff, because we were so frugal with our 26 gallons of gray in the van.
We were. So I'm excited about this marinade. When you're eating healthy, like, honestly, keep it simple. Meat and vegetables and a carb. Just be aware of what's in there and have fun with it. Like, have fun trying new things. And don't be afraid to explore a little bit. And don't be afraid to not be perfect. Like, just gotta enjoy what you're eating.
We're still working on clearing out some of the stuff in the truck. It's only been a few weeks since we've been kind of doing this organization and just getting that transition down from the rooftop tent to the new RV. And we're still not quite there yet. We have a little bit too much stuff. We have all these giant totes that we really don't need anymore. So I'm kind of deciding, what do we keep? Maybe what do we get rid of? And what can we kind of help to organize. So I'm gonna get the grill out right now, because that is something we are still absolutely loving, the Blackstone, the 17-inch griddle top, and that's what we're gonna cook those chicken thighs on tonight. Really this big clear one here that we're not going to need anymore, and that's like, it only fits, there's two of them, and so once I put the second one inside of the other one that's empty, it only fits this direction right now. So this has got to go, and that way we'll have easier access to things like the griddle. And we got our propane quick disconnect under the grill, or under the RV, which definitely makes this a little bit easier, not having to carry around propane tanks. This is the same one that we used in the van, and it has a special end for Blackstone on one end, no regulator, and then the quick disconnect is underneath here somewhere. The weather's just been great out here. It's not windy. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. The overnights are about 50 and the highs of the day are about 80. So you know, 70-45 would be a little bit better, especially when you're out here boondocking, you don't have AC. But it's pretty decent. It's not bad. It's only hot maybe like from 3 to 4, and then as soon as that sun starts to set, the weather cools off. And as we get more into the winter time here in the desert, it definitely cools off a lot quicker and can get very chilly overnight. All right, she's fired up. Remember me saying there's no bugs out here? Well, all of a sudden this afternoon some flies show up, and they're kind of like a horsefly, where they bite your skin and your ankles. So I'm prepared for them. I'm Tito-fied right now. Seriously though, this thing is a lifesaver in many aspects.
The bugs showed up yesterday as soon as we landed here.
Those flies? No, those were this afternoon.
No, they showed up yesterday.
Last night?
Yeah, they've been here the whole time.
That's crazy, man.
And I kept complaining, and he thought I was complaining, but I have O positive blood, and they really like my blood type. I decided for the beans I'm gonna do like a Szechuan spicy. I do have this recipe on my blog. It's pretty old, but it is so good. I'm still making it. It's gonna be soy sauce, some garlic chili paste, sesame oil, and rice wine vinegar. And I like to use these koozies in my condiment basket, so when the metal on metal clinks, like it doesn't do that with the koozies on.
Glass on glass.
Glass on glass, right. And then Aaron can't razz me about my koozie collection because it's functional while they're in storage. I actually got a big point from you on that day.
Yeah, I like that. That's pretty smart.
Yeah.
You must have read that on a blog.
No, I made it up. I'm inventive.
Sun is just starting to set. Wind's picking up.
And it's getting dark.
We lost one.
I normally am a fan of the 10-second rule, but not in the middle of the desert.
We lost one.
If we were inside, I would.
It's amazing the difference from the neighbors in an RV park to the neighbors while boondocking.
You keep bringing that up. It's like you were traumatized.
Well, I was there for 3 full weeks. I kind of was traumatized.
Yeah, I was only there for 1.5. Okay, so in here, I just mixed all my ingredients together, which is a helpful tip for when you're doing outdoor cooking. Like, especially, you don't want to lug 10 bottles out here, or 5, or whatever it is. Our grill is not sizzling hot right now.
No, the wind.
That wind is just torturous on the Blackstone. We will be eating inside tonight, not al fresco because it's so windy. So I like to use my, whatever plates I use for prepping, like that's the plate that I used to season my raw green beans. I use that as a serving plate so that you don't get extra plates dirty. And then we'll have a little bit of extra chicken, which I originally took that thing out for extra chicken, but I think that's too big. So I'm just gonna put it on a plate for now, keep that clean, and I'll transfer it to some tin foil or something. But it smells really good. We have perfect timing with the sun going down, and we're gonna go relax inside.
One of the valuable lessons we learned living in the rooftop tent was how valuable it was for us to be outside. We spent so much time outside, and we realized that in the van we spent a lot of time inside, and we wanted to make sure that we kept up that tradition of being outside and really enjoying nature. So we bought a propane fire pit, and we told ourselves that we're going to use this once a week to sit outside for at least a half an hour and enjoy the night, the fire, and each other's company. It's already dark out. And we got another quick disconnect hose for it. Sometimes I forget we have an awning light and I just don't turn it on, so I'm gonna go flip that on. So I can actually see what I'm doing. There she is. Are you ready for the maiden trip? Ooh. Oh yeah. Ooh.
Feels like quartzite.
That's pretty nice. This is the, I don't remember the brand, Outland Fire Bowl they call it. And there's a few different styles, and this one's like wider, a little wider, and it's supposed to produce a little bit more heat with like a different kind of coil they call it, Helios coil. It's got a good flame, huh?
Mm-hmm. And warmth.
That's the most important part, right?
Right.
Fire!
Feels like desert in the winter once you put that thing on.
I made fire. Where's Wilson? Wilson!
It's beautiful. Thank you for setting it up.
Yeah. We've always been envious of everybody that has these propane fire pits. And we really wanted one now that we have the extra space. And like I said, it's important for us to continue to stay outside. And it's so comfortable in there. It's just like how the van was to us, you know? Do you remember?
I do remember. It's a good thing to get out and form these new routines before you form the, you know, the downfall routines.
Once a week, it's date night, grilling, and at least 30 minutes of fire pitting.
Yes.
It's like hot tubbing, but fire pitting.
Woo-wee. Yeah.
Want to do a quick electrical check. We're over 24 hours. I think we got in last night at like 4:30 or maybe 5 o'clock. But we came in at 95%. Now we're at 85%. So it looks like roughly about 10% we're using per day, which is pretty good. I mean, that puts us at 8 days. And we didn't even bust out the solar panel today. So It's holding pretty strong. Got the fans running. The fan was running all day. We had the inverter on for a little bit and cut my hair. And
The fridge we kept on propane though because that sucks it down.
yeah, the fridge is a no-go.
No go on the fridge. That was the only thing we really had to limit.
Yeah, our TV is 12 volt, which is kind of cool, and that takes, I think, about 50 watts or so when it's running, 50, 60 watts.
It's been kind of nice to have the TV.
Yeah, we got the Roku stick in it, so we can watch Netflix or Amazon Prime or
Yeah.
whatever. But I did have to charge up my laptop today. Did you charge your laptop today?
No,
Okay, so I charged mine up, so that took a little bit of juice. Not a ton, but a little bit.
I'll charge mine tomorrow.
And yeah, power's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Not bad. Ready for bed?
Yeah.
It's like 6 o'clock.
It's not true.
What time is it?
7.
It's 7 o'clock?
Yeah. My body's still in Minneapolis time.
Oh, that's right. You think it's 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Movie time.
Movie time.
I made an old man. I said, tell me your story. He took out a notepad and wrote something for me. Then he kept walking on down the road, and I watched him disappear